Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another installment of Scott's Selections here for Tuesday, September 17th. Before we get into today's play of the day, we'll quickly recap what happened yesterday. We didn't have a play of the day, but we did give out leans on the baseball and the NFL card. And unfortunately, we did not give out a play of the day as the main leans we had on everything won. We recommended the Browns minus 6.5. They won. Recommended the under in the full game. That won. Recommended the Rockies in baseball at like plus 150. They won. And overall, it was a very good day for the leans. A little bit upset I didn't give anything out as a play of the day. If we would have pulled the trigger, we would have ended up cashing on something. But either or, I'm not going to regret long-term of holding out on a card I wasn't a fan of. But in terms of today, it is a baseball, preseason hockey, soccer, and WNBA playoff card, which I know sounds thrilling. But overall, we are going to be sticking with baseball in this one, and we will be going into a play of the day. In terms of the matchup, you might wonder why we're siding with one team here, even though they're just absolutely terrible. It's a matchup between two terrible teams, but we're actually going to be looking at one of the team totals here that we think possesses some value, and we'll be looking to give that out. So the play of the day for Tuesday, September 17th, will be on the Seattle Mariners over 4.5 runs, which is available at plus 115 on 5 dimes. Simply put, I think the plus 15 for a line is absurd here. I think it should be somewhere in the realm of plus 100, maybe even minus 105. If you look at the pitching matchup, you have Marco Gonzalez for the Mariners, and you have Mitch Keller for the Pirates. Gonzalez isn't really relevant for this case because of the fact that we're betting on the Mariners offense. However, he will have to hit, as this will be in a National League park. But Gonzalez, in his last 2 starts, the Mariners have scored at least 5 runs. And Keller, if you've looked at his recent performances, we did bet against him a while back, and he actually did pitch pretty well. But his numbers this season, 1-4 with an 8.29 ERA. Awful to say the least. He has been better at home, as he is 0-1 with a 4.76 ERA. However, if you've looked at his last 3 days, if you looked at his last 30 days in terms of stats, he's 0-3 with an 8.57 ERA. If you've looked at his performances, he faced the Giants in his last start, went 5 innings, he had 5 runs. Start before that, only won an inning in 2/3. Then he went up against Philly before that, 4 innings, 8 runs. Simply put, I don't think he's a good starting pitcher. I know that he's a young prospect and he has the ability to turn around. He has killed us once in the past when we bet on Cincinnati with the over, but at the same point, Cincinnati's bats were relatively cold, whereas Seattle's offense has been doing pretty well lately, as they ended up scoring at least 5 runs in 4 of their last 5 games. So they are coming into this on a little bit of an offensive, heater, so to speak. And in terms of their home and road splits, they actually have scored more runs per game on the road this season than they have at home. So Seattle's completely content with scoring runs on the road. It's also worth mentioning that Pittsburgh's bullpen ranks towards the bottom of the league, as it is 22nd with a 4.94 ERA. However, it is about to get a lot worse as all-star closer Felipe Vasquez, is actually no longer with the team, as earlier this morning he was found guilty of pedophilia. So he will actually not be on the roster anymore. He has an ERA of 1.65, and he's not our problem because he turned out to be a scumbag. So that works out to our benefit also in terms of this game being close in the later innings. Pittsburgh's already below-average bullpen loses its best reliever, who's not going to be with the team for the rest of the season, so it could lead to some fireworks here. Both bullpens aren't very good, so you do have the option of potentially getting some extra innings shots here. But overall, I think this game should be somewhat high-scoring. I think both teams should score at least 5 runs, and I think this game should end somewhere in the realm of 6-5 or 7-5. The wind is blowing a bit in, which is why you have had this number. It's 8 miles per hour, headed a little bit in from left field down the first baseline. But am I really concerned about that? Not really. I simply just think I just think that the Pirates starting pitcher is not great. I think their bullpen is going to be a lot worse without Vasquez. I keep doing that. Sorry. And overall, I think that the Mariners over 4.5 at plus 115 is too much value, and that will be the play of the day. Yep. Hopefully, Sam, let's get this win. I know it's been we've had a little bit of a losing streak, and I apologize to all of you for that. But all of you who followed me know that I'm a relatively streaky bettor. So we're looking to start a nice winning streak here. Happy Constitution Day to you too, Sam. So nice of you to reach out for me for that. I never realized it was Constitution Day, so I just learned something new today. But overall, in terms of the rest of the betting card, looking at the MLB, lean to the over 9.5 here between the Yankees and the Angels. Severino's been pitching well in AAA in his rehab assignments, but now he's going back up to the majors, and you have to assume he's going to be on a pitch count as he has not started a game. I believe it's been all season long. He's been injured ever since the offseason. So I question the total being bet down here. I think he could struggle. I think the Yankees offense is still great. Off a pretty solid performance against Toronto. They did lose that series, but their offense did play well. In terms of the rest of the card, looking at the rest, lean to the what am I going to lean to? I'll lean to the Braves team total over here. Velasquez's numbers against the Braves are terrible. His numbers on the road are terrible, and the wind is blowing out straight to center field. Braves are still motivated because they're about to wrap up the NL East crown, and the Phillies are starting to plummet in the NL wildcard race. I wouldn't be surprised to see this team fold, and Keuchel's been great lately, so lean to the Braves and the Braves team total over in that one. Other than that, looking at the rest of the card here, lean to the under 9 between the Marlins and the Diamondbacks. I know the game went over yesterday, but Caleb Smith is a decent pitcher. He struggled a little bit lately, but Arizona's offense has been asleep at the wheel for the last 2 weeks, and Miami's offense is always asleep, and Young actually has been decent. He's got a 3.0 ERA against the Marlins, so I think he will pitch well as well. Lean to the under in that one. I think that'll be a game of like 4-3, so to speak, something low scoring. And other than that, looking at the rest of the card, I'll lean to the Dodgers here with Stripling versus Snell. I know Snell's the defending AL Cy Young Award winner, but it is his first start since that long IL stint, and I question how sharp he will be. Plus, he should also be on a pitch count, as I don't expect Tampa just to immediately run their defending Cy Young winner into the ground. I think he'll go 5 innings, maybe throw 70 pitches. And I know Tampa's bullpen's good, but it is in Los Angeles, and I think that Stripling's decent, and I like the way the Dodgers have played lately, so I'll lean to the Dodgers in that one. But play of the day will be on the Seattle Mariners, over 4.5 on the team total, which is available at plus 115 on 5 dimes. And forgot to mention, they also are on the road, so you get a guaranteed 9 at-bats, which is something that is always nice to have in your pocket if they are up by 1 run in the 9th inning, so to speak. But in terms of anything else, looking at the rest of the card, not really much to talk about. So a quick reminder of our sponsor, PointsBet, online sportsbook in New Jersey. A couple of great deals for you. 2 risk-free bets up to $1,000. If you're betting on any sport and end up losing, you simply get your money back, which is a great promotion that I wish more sportsbooks would use. Other than that, though, that's going to be this installment of Scott Selections here for Tuesday, September 17th. Good luck to all of you and your respective bets today. Bye, everyone.